Hey friends, in this video we're talking about a question that I love to ask Buddhists every time I get the chance to talk to them. Let's jump in. Hey friends, I'm Ash Leatherwood, your friendly neighborhood apologist. And as I said, there's one question that I love to ask Buddhists just to get the conversation rolling and something that I like to leave them to think about. I think that in every conversation you have with someone who has different views than your own, a different worldview, different belief, different religion, different outlook on life, at the end of the day, a goal of yours should be, when leaving the conversation, just have a friendly conversation with them, and at the very least, just leave them one thing from the conversation to think about. So I'm talking to an atheist, a Muslim, a Hindu, a Buddhist, anyone who has a different view than myself. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to completely persuade them in a conversation. I just want to be there. I want to learn from them, have a conversation with them, and then I do want to leave them with one thing that kind of leaves them with something to take away from the conversation, to learn about what I believe, and maybe to get them to rethink what they believe. That's a win for me. So one question that I like to ask Buddhists, to have that one takeaway, to really just get them thinking, leave a pebble in their shoe that as they keep walking, keep going, it sticks with them, it bugs them, they ultimately need to stop and take it out and do something about it. That question is, why do you follow Buddha? What do you get from Buddha? So for example, me as a Christian, I follow Jesus because I believe that he's the Son of God and that through his perfect life, his death on the cross and his resurrection, that I get forgiveness of all my sins. I get a clean slate. And most importantly, I get to come back into relationship with a perfect God, getting to know him more in this life and having security and a promise of being with him forever after I die in a place called heaven. So why do you follow Buddha? What do you get from Buddha? Is he just a wise teacher? Is it just teachings? What do you get from Buddha? And why would you follow someone like Buddha when following someone like Jesus could give you forgiveness of sins and promise of life after death? No, that's not exactly how to articulate the conversation. I'm just trying to really make it obvious to you the point I'm trying to make. What's the purpose? What's the reason behind this person following Buddha? What do they get from following Buddha? And then explaining why I follow Jesus, just to leave them with that little pebble in their shoe. So really, it goes back to what I've talked about in previous videos of just asking a why for every what. What is the reason you do this? For many of us, maybe it's never gone beyond, this is just what's culturally prominent where I live, or maybe it's what my family did. But in the end, if we're all going to hold on to a belief and base our lives on it, we should have a reason for why we do it. There should be a reason for who we follow, for what we believe, for how that plays into our lives. So really just getting someone to reflect on, why am I following Buddha? What do I get from this religion? How is it changing my life? Is there actually a promise of something real? Do I actually think it's real? Is there something I get from this? And then when you get someone to cross-examine their own beliefs, they might be more open to thinking, okay, well, why do you believe what you believe? You say you follow Jesus? Okay, why do you follow Jesus? And then you can explain, well, I follow Jesus because first I believe he was a real guy who lived 2,000 years ago, lived a perfect life, claimed to be God, forgave sins, taught about the kingdom of heaven, foretold his own death, explained that he was going to die to pay the price for our sins between us and then the holy God. So he goes to the cross, he dies, and then 3 days later, he does something that no one else did, not Buddha, not anyone else. He rises from the dead, proving to be God, to have authority to forgive our sins, and really showing us that the payment for our sin had gone through. It's like a receipt. And so that anyone who believes in him, that believes Jesus is God, believes in what he did, and calls on his name, can receive this gift of forgiveness of sins and relationship with a living God. So that's why I follow Jesus. I believe that this is true, and I believe that you can know God, and that we get to walk in relationship with God both now and forevermore, even after death, because of who Jesus is and what he did. So that's why I follow Jesus. What about you? Now, kind of hearing that answer, why do you follow Buddha? Is it something similar? Do you want to learn more about what it means to follow Jesus, what that looks like, to walk in relationship with God? Tell me about that. And that's just a great question to get the conversation rolling. At the very least, leaving them with that question of, why do I do what I do? Why do I believe what I believe? Why do I follow Buddha? So that's the one question that I love to ask Buddhists. It's really pretty straightforward, just getting them to cross-examine their own beliefs and the reason for holding to those beliefs when there are so many other options out there. and also gives you just a perfect opportunity to get to share why you believe what you believe. And that's really important, to know why you believe what you believe. There are lots of options out there of what to believe, what to base your life on, but ultimately, we should have good reasons for what we believe. We should know what's going to happen to us. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is just a short one, just a little tool you can use talking with your Buddhist friends. Let me know how it goes in the comment section below. Let me know if you have any other tips or ideas, if you are a Buddhist or any other worldview. Drop any tips you've had of engaging Christians or anyone else of different worldviews, different tools you've used to have these friendly conversations and really just have a win in those conversations of leaving people with something to think about. Having said that, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.